Hi, my name is Talia.
Hi, my name's Maya.
Hi, my name's Danny.
Hi, my name is Mark. So, how do you guys feel about the topic of how does AI affect social or just regular relationships?
I feel like AI can make it worse because we read a story about a guy who he basically kind of fell in love with the AI even though he had like a family. And I think that like we don't realize how much AI kind of replaces those relationships for people. So slowly and slowly I feel like people are gonna start using that as like a sense of comfort instead of like actually confiding in like people.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say people probably get attached to AI, and like how it's different is people are used to AI responding instantly, not judging, things like that. And like the real world, that's like not how like relationships kind of work. You know, you kind of have disagreement, things like that.
Yeah, I know especially too, its effects, like I know it affects like all age ranges, but it's especially like detrimental to like the elderly and like youth. I know
Hmm.
I remember probably like a year ago seeing about like a middle schooler like 13
Yeah.
like often having like a relationship kind of with like AI, and it like just led to kind of like a depressive state, and he kind of wasn't interacting with like his peers as much, and I feel like it just has a lot more repercussions, especially like vulnerable communities such as that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember we were reading a story that was also about how a lot of lonely people use AI just to like replace the human connection, which like it sort of is like a good thing if you are lonely, but it's also really bad to replace that human connection because that's something that you can't really replace.
Yeah. Another thing about like depending on AI was I saw or know people have depended on AI to write things like emails or just like personal messages. And I feel like that can kind of get like dangerous because you're not really expressing yourself fully. You're letting like an AI do it for you. And that's when things can get kind of misconstrued or sometimes misunderstood. And it's also said in a way that you don't really mean to say it. You know?
Yeah. I feel like to go off of that, I feel like that is a big problem because like people will write emails and
Mhm.
write like long texts or whatever they have to do because they just give it a prompt. And I feel like if we keep continuing with that, it's just gonna make like everyone kind of just like I don't know how to explain it, like kind of everything's less like genuine and it's
Mhm.
kind of taking away from like our world a little bit.
Yeah. I know I've used it before to like write emails. Have you guys like used it to write emails more recently and found that like when you go to write an email yourself, it's kind of like I guess
Yeah,
it's been a harder
Yeah.
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
agree.
I mean, like people getting used to it. It's sometimes harder to just like start and create your own ideas when AI is there to kind of just like piggyback you or use it for like just getting going or getting something started.
Yeah, because they say you can use it as a tool to like kind of like help you, but I feel
Mhm.
like that kind of makes things like I just feel like I'm getting dumber by doing
Right.
that because
Yeah.
like I feel like I can't like as well think as easily as I could because I have access to that because
Mhm.
like sometimes teachers do like say you can use it to help enhance your work, but like I don't really feel like it makes me like not know how to do it on my own.
Mhm. Do you guys find yourself like using AI for just general questions or just like day-to-day life type of things, or like you guys stick to like Google or like you use AI more for just like everyday tasks or no?
I would say that I use AI the most like studying because I have like a really hard time sometimes with the way the professors like explain things. So if I
Yeah.
kind of I don't use it to cheat, but I use it to like show me how to do something. So like it's just easier and that has worked for me. It's actually been a big game changer because I'm not very good.
Yeah, no, definitely. It definitely helps study for me as well. Just structure like a study guide or just something to go off of for help. What about you guys?
I definitely use it for studying, but I wouldn't say I use it for like day to day kind of conversations or stuff. Normally, say I need advice, I'd probably go to one of my friends or even
Yeah,
daily questions, I'd go to one of my friends.
Yeah,
gotcha.
no, that makes sense. I feel like the only time like I've used it really outside of like studying, I know I've used it for like interview prep, like when I
Hmm.
wasn't sure how to like, I guess prepare for my interview, especially I've had some that were like short notice. I had like a small window. I couldn't go to like campus resources. I know I've kind of like mentioned like the type of role I was applying for and like the company to it, and kind of basically had it like act as if it was someone interviewing me and kind of give me like a prompt or questions that I should expect, especially like more technical questions.
Gotcha.
And I found it like I know for my last interview it was like very useful actually.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like that would help.